See, I'm letting the facial hair grow, and Chad is letting the top hair grow. And combined, we will make one hairy person.
You used to be able to grow your hair.
Yeah. And
when
then I have to wear hats.
he says I'm the reason he lost his hair, but I don't really.
You are the reason. You go back to the pictures when we first started dating, and I had hair. That's all I'm saying.
You didn't like how your hair looked, though.
Look how long your hair is now. Do you think you stole his hair growing abilities?
No, my hair actually grows pretty slow. I've been growing this for like 10 years now. So.
10 years?
I don't like cutting my hair. Like, I trim it, but I don't cut it.
Down your butt crack.
Because it took,
Crystal Gale.
You know how long it took me to grow up my bangs? That was like a 5 or 6 year endeavor.
She's in for the long haul. That's the long con right there.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I'm not talking about some,
I think Chad will catch up.
Bullshit.
I think Chad will catch up.
It won't take me very long.
Lovely
closet. Catch up.
I'm serious, dude. I think I see you once a week these days, and your hair grows an inch about every fucking week.
I was gonna say, I wish my hair looked like that.
You know what I thought I looked like? And I looked at myself in the mirror, because I do that. And I went, whoa. I look just like, oh fuck, what's
Good
his name?
story, bro.
Shit! I do this all the time.
This is the best story. Thor.
No.
How long has your hair ever grown? Like, what's the longest you've ever had it?
I've had my hair to the point where I could do a full-on bottom of the skull ponytail at one point. In my
so never like never below the shoulders.
Matthews. Eric Matthews.
No, it's been probably like, yeah, not quite below.
Well, see, I had pictures that traumatized me when I had short hair. I didn't like myself with short hair, so I'm like, I'm never gonna ever have short hair again.
Plus, I'm fairly certain if you cut it short enough, you'll get your mom's fro going on just magically.
Well, no, mine would be real curls. She has to perm for the curl.
Welcome to the Destructive Gaming Podcast! Woo!
Hey, everybody! Yay! We're distracted and we're gaming.
I don't know what's happening.
This is the first time in a long time that everybody on the podcast has been here before.
What?
It wasn't supposed to be this.
Let's go around the table. As always, this is Chad. Woo!
Thank you very much. Today I have brought with me today a product of Scotland.
I don't think it was made in Scotland.
I think it's, I don't know, it says right here, it says distilled, matured, and blended in Scotland.
Oh, okay.
A crappy scotch.
Crappy scotch.
Right.
Yay, crappy scotch.
If anybody wishes to partake, you certainly can.
For those of you that are the discerning scotch drinkers.
Well, I love the art. Do you guys see this art? Is the art on there? It's a caber toss thing, but it's just...
It just is a giant
That is a giant phallus. Just like...
Right?
So...
The length to width ratio on that dick is just absurd.
Let me see this
Well, the good news is on the back they teach you how to toss.
In case you want to throw a telephone.
Toss the caber, they tell you how to do that, so...
Caber tossing.
Also Dorothy! Yay!
Good to be here. Thanks so much. I just watched an episode of Breaking Bad before I came to this podcast. I'm on season 4, and all I can think about, brains in the water. People, brains in the water.
Andrea! 2 weeks in a row. Woo!
Oh!
And I'm Mike, and I'm wearing a hat.
No one cares.
Okay.
Does that qualify as a toque? I'm curious. Internet, let me know if that is an actual toque or if it is just a Elmer Fudd inspired hat. I don't know.
Fargo
inspired? Elmer Fudd was way cooler.
They're getting a TV show for that. Fargo TV show.
There's a lot of TV shows.
I know. That's the same feeling I had.
God damn it.
I don't care.
I don't think they'll have the same dark humor, even if it comes like.
How can it? Unless it's on one of the cable channels.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna play Zombie Dice again because this is technically Dorothy's game, and she wasn't here last week to play it.
Yeah.
All right.
But we're playing with the expansion pack, the Hunk and the Hottie. So we're gonna go ahead and let the young Dorothy start.
Dorothy begins.
I want to start. I'm gonna shake it up. I'm gonna pull out 3 of the dice. I'm gonna roll them.
Ooh.
Okay, so
you keep
this. I can keep,
and you keep this.
Counts,
you keep that,
but I can roll again.
You can choose to roll again. Either score 1
with 2 more.
2 more. You grab 2 more. Yeah. Okay. There you go. I've got some good news coming in this week. Let's start it off with that.
Nice.
What started shooting on Monday? Girl Meets World. The spiritual successor of Boy Meets World.
Interesting.
I don't know if it's gonna be that good because they ended that show so perfectly.
Yeah, but it's not. Here's what it is. Okay, it's was that Ben Savage?
Ben Savage.
Ben Savage and Danielle Fishel's characters. This is 10 years later. They have their own kid. They have their own kids, and he's a teacher. So he's the new Feeny. And his kid's in grade school. His kid's in school going through.
And the kid's a girl. So
and the kid's a girl. Yeah. So Girl Meets World.
So apparently no one from that series could get a real job.
Except for the guy who plays Eric, who is the voice actor on every cartoon ever in the past 10 years.
He's Ron Possible.
Ron Possible.
So what do you think it's going to be like? Will it just be like a straight recreation? Or
I sure hope so. They're putting it on the right network. They're putting it on Disney. Well, the first time around, Boy Meets World was on ABC, and ABC just doesn't do that kind of show. Those kind of shows anymore. They're just it doesn't feel that way anymore, right? But Disney is the best environment, I think, if they just wanted to do straight the same feeling, sort of feel good.
They took a couple episodes out when they re-aired it on Disney. They had to take a couple episodes out from the ABC version, like Sean getting drunk.
Very special episode.
And then Maureen sleeping in Topanga's broom or something. Like that.
Racy. Do they even know what most of their child stars do these
by
days?
the mouse.
Well, when did that show have it? When was its heyday? Late 90s?
Yeah, late
we
90s.
totally missed it.
Well,
we were not the demo.
I didn't see it.
90s, 2000s.
It was 7 years long, so most of the 90s.
90s, 2000s. It ran into the 2000s.
Did it?
Yeah.
I didn't think it went that far.
Cray.
So they graduated and shit.
They were in college for the last couple of years.
Wow.
They really moved them on down the line. That's kind of rare, I think.
Yeah, I moved him from what grade?
And actually, the show didn't really drop off to the college years. It's not like Saved by the Bell when they did the college years. The show just was terrible.
Well,
Or what has happened with Glee? Didn't they keep them all in high school?
You want to score 5?
Yeah.
Probably, obviously, no one at this table watched Glee.
Does
anyone at this table watch Glee? Glee.
No.
Sorry. Anyway, I know that was a struggle for them.
I think I'd watch Glee if it was just the singing and dancing parts, and then every other part was taken out. I think I'd watch that.
It would have, it's good. I will say the singing and dancing is awesome. Or it was. I'm not watching it.
I've never seen an episode, so just tell me to shut up. But it feels to me like if it's a Glee club, right, that people should be coming in and out of that.
And they do. I think they are, but they kept around a lot of the
senior
same people.
leaves, freshmen come in.
Well, that was their big problem, is that there were senior stars that were a huge part, not just of the singing and dancing, but also of the relationship interactions. And losing them and letting them graduate would have been complicated. They didn't think they had strong enough. It's not like. What's that Canadian show, Degrassi High?
Oh, Degrassi, I remember Degrassi.
It's not like that where there's just
that
a constant, you know what I mean, pushing characters into the meat grinder.
Right.
Degrassi was kind of a trendsetter, man. There was a lot of copycats of Degrassi. Because they covered heavy shit on that show.
Yeah.
Like teen pregnancy, drug abuse.
I know. It's weird because it's Canadian, right? And I never really think of Canadians as being let's talk about the
hardcore and progressive.
Yeah, I just saw a thing about Canadian graffiti. There was a bunch of "Have a nice day," that's their graffiti. Sorry about the.
Is that like a softer version of American graffiti?
Oh man,
you're awesome. That's Canadian graffiti. Hope you have a great day.
Like the contrast. Fuck the police and have a nice day. That's it.
Canadian version of fuck the police is respect the police.
Actually, and they draw a white flag.
Dude, you better score that. That's awesome as shit.
Because I got a double brain here, right? Yeah. So that counts as 2.
That's 7.
Nice!
Wow.
7. That's huge.
Going with the 7.
That was pretty good.
I tell you, the average score in a round of this is like 2 or 3.
Well, we all 3 and then 6 and
5, 6. 5, 6, 7.
There you go. Yeah. Crazy.
You gotta get 8 or you suck. No, but I don't know. I'm kind of excited about it. It seems like it's long enough detached, and they didn't.
3 more if you want.
Can I go again? I didn't get any feet.
You can go again.
Yeah, you can go again.
You can keep rolling until
Just
you
get 3.
don't get 3 gunshots. So
Great, now that you've said that,
Don't get shot in the face, you know? No big deal. I would stop now, though.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty
It's up
fucking
to
good.
you.
5 is pretty good. But,
Go
no,
for
keep
it,
going.
Dorothy. Go for it.
I don't
2 reds. 2 reds.
It's not like competitive zombie dice, is it? I mean, it's not like I have money on the line.
I tried.
He tried.
I tried.
The first time we played it, he was being all.
Oh, shot in the face. No points.
That happened to me a lot last week.
When,
So
we were playing this for the first time, he was trying to get all competitive. I'm like,
Yeah, I was kind of because I really quickly realized that it's just like if whatever happens to you is gonna happen to you during this game. So I was trying to add some sort of competitive element, like shit talking nonstop.
if you get 2 gunshots, I can punch you in the face. 2 gunshots, 1 roll, punch you in the face. That's how it's gonna work.
Funny story, when I was a kid, I used to do a thing called metagaming, because I was like 70 pounds soaking wet, right? And all of my friends were like 200-pound fat gamer kids, and I was this tiny little guy, and so if they would start to beat me, I would pop them in the arm. Because first off, I couldn't hurt them in any way. But the way I do it, I'd be like, God damn it, metagaming! And I'd pop him right in the arm.
he was practicing for dead arm. I really
And then they hit me back occasionally, and so many bone bruises.
Straight, girl. You're hard.
You want some Pepsi?
Mix that with some shit.
No, sometimes it's better just to get right to it.
Just finish that and you won't give a shit.
It's like a thimbleful. This is like a fairy dusting of this.
You'll
Just a thimble full of whiskey. She got so drunk.
Why are we doing a British accent?
I didn't start.
That's good. Let's just do 2 shotgun blasts and then no. Alright, next topic. A fucking 4. Make
You're
sure
more than dead, you're dead.
Make sure he's dead. Alright. Icelandic biology company has just got cleared. I'm doing this without notes this week because I forgot my fucking notes.
Oh, what kind of a crap podcast is this?
Yeah, right.
Unsubscribe! All caps.
I hate these guys. Okay, go ahead. What happened?
You got blowed and
I
you
got
got
blowed
blowed
Shot in the
up.
face.
Everyone is killed.
You got blowed up.
An Icelandic biology company recently got passed from the FDA a new way to do skin implants for people who get cuts and stuff like that. And what it is it's fish skin.
Ooh, sexy.
But they remove all the cells, so it's just the connective tissue of the skin.
Yeah.
And you put it on there, and because they removed all the cells, and it's just the connective tissue, it's like a escalator for your own cells to just shoot across the affected
It's like
area.
the episode
Like
of Face Off.
That makes total sense, actually.
I thought it was pretty cool, first off, that we're just connecting fish skin to our arms now. But secondly, you think we'll grow scales?
Yeah. You know, there's DNA somewhere.
Yeah, maybe like become like a weird version of the fly.
Yeah.
No, like more like Submariner, man. Can we be like breathe underwater and shit? That'd be awesome. Not Aquaman because he's a pussy. Okay.
Yeah, fuck.
Aquaman is a pussy.
Submariner has an army of Atlanteans.
Submariner kicks some serious fucking ass, while Aquaman be all like, blue, 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 blue,
I
sucks
think
the fish. What
Aquaman
the fuck
is
is
cute.
that?
Also-
I think Aquaman's hot.
Also, Submariner fucks Reed Richards' wife on the reg. Not joking. Susan Richards gets a bone from the Submariner on the reg.
Let me take these 2 brains.
Yeah, I just thought it was cool. Like,
But seriously, like it reminds me of an episode of Face Off where they could just put like the fish scales all over the model.
I'll take the 3.
am I making this up? They use pig organs. They use pigs to grow human organs now, don't they? That's a real thing.
I've heard of
I
such
think
things,
so,
yes.
that's true.
Yeah, like because they're close
Heart
enough
valves.
to us. Heart valves and stuff like that. They're close enough to us that they can actually implant our versions into them and have them grow.
Yeah, right.
Damn.
Which, I don't know what that means exactly. I mean, I'm sure we could comment about that in some way. But
You taste like bacon after the
Well.
surgery?
I do eat a lot of bacon. It's true.
Bacon's good.
We had to take.
We're not here to dispute the goodness of bacon, however. I just immediately started thinking about like mutant genetics, like
that's immediately where you go.
mutations. Like, oh god, I have gills.
have fingers.
It's like they accidentally use a fish that's been like overloaded with mercury.
Yeah.
And then irradiated.
A fish from off the coast of Japan somewhere.
That's what happened.
Those poor people. Those poor.
We're judging you right now.
No, I'm not judging them. They're gonna die all horribly. That's not good there, man.
That's bad.
There's like
Downer.
I'm sorry, guys.
Or anything that anyone gets from a pig is just a pig nose.
That's good.
Oh, great.
Get cosmetic surgery for a pig nose.
That becomes popular.
Little curly tail.
Yeah, that's
Lindsay Lohan gets it next
I would
week.
not mind a little curly tail.
Well,
Well, that might be sexy. You never know.
I don't care about sexy.
And then
No, it would be sexy. A prehensile tail.
Tails are cool.
You could do stuff with that.
Lindsay Lohan
Hold
would
your
get-
coffee, carry your car keys. That's what I
Sure,
think about
those
it.
things too.
Oh.
Yeah.
Do you think twerking would be more entertaining with a pig's tail?
Don't you think it would be so hot? It would be so fucked up.
Now make your tail bounce. Make your tail bounce. Make your tail bounce.
Yes, it would be like that.
And then they have to do
I think
little
a monkey tail would be hotter.
I guess I'm gonna take two because this game has gone downhill.
One of the sci-fi things that you see a bunch though is turning. Wow, 2 points for you. She just accidentally knocked all of the instructions into the bag sitting next to me.
Buy a lottery ticket later.
Yeah, like one of the sci-fi things you see like people mixed with animals.
Yeah.
Do you think that's ever a thing?
You know, the furries are gonna lose their minds.
That's just not a fetish anymore. That's just nailing Lisa. Everyone's a
That's gonna be a
furry.
thing.
Just everyone's a furry.
Then we'll have a
Bam! Three
Except
right there.
for the racists.
we're gonna have a whole new discrimination issue.
Color doesn't matter anymore.
Too human. So gross.
Color
Like,
doesn't
get with
matter anymore. It's just
get with
whether or
the
not you're
program.
human or animal.
I'm on fire.
I would do that though.
What animal suddenly, like, an animal will become the not cool animal to be ever, and they're like, oh.
Oh, you picked three-toed sloth?
That's awkward. I'm sorry, we can't hang out anymore. Did you guys hear that? Three-toed sloth!
I picked three-toed sloth. I would pick three-toed sloth.
Aaron likes three-toed sloths.
The background on my computer right now is
Now I'm taking the 5.
is a picture of
Okay, Chad just got to 15.
15. Are you fucking kidding
Yeah.
me? You got 5.
I got 5. I got like 7, and then I got like
3.
3, and then I got 5 again.
That's how math works.
What happens
We're not in
now?
math class. Okay?
What happens now is the 3 of us get one more turn and try to beat him.
Oh, okay.
So you only need.
You have to go until you beat
Hold
him.
on. Okay, I got this. Oh, no, I don't. Whatever. Oh, wait. Okay.
No.
I got it.
No, do you think that could be a thing one day though? That seems not unfeasible.
Well, I think we're probably looking at.
Because they're constantly looking at animals and how they could help us in some way.
Yeah. I can certainly see that maybe internally that happening first. Externally, I mean, I don't particularly see
You have to keep
like people with dog
You have
faces
to try to
walking
be-
around, but you know.
Okay.
But honestly, I'd rather that be technology first and then animals later. So then we can have like a cyborg dog human, which would be sweet.
That already exists. Have you seen any of those like running robots they have now that have 4 legs?
Oh my God.
There's one that gets up to
Terrifying.
70 miles an hour. Not joking.
And they can
Creepy.
stand up running on ice. They can run up hills.
There's one that they're developing for the military that can carry 250 pounds while running 60 miles an hour.
Oh,
That's
yeah, right.
insane.
It looks like the
They
the
look
body
like
of a moose or something.
spider
It looks
or
like
something.
the alien from Alien 3, that dog alien that it.
But like big. The one
Yeah,
that
like-
weighs 250 pounds. That was pretty fucking big.
Yeah, huge. Robots are terrifying. Robots are scary.
I'll tell you something, robots are getting ready to take over everything. And I don't mean like walking, talking robots. I'm talking about just robots taking your job. And it's going to be crazy. I think we should kill all of them.
The robots are coming.
Listen to me.
Goddamn robots coming to this
Apocalypse.
country taking our jobs.
Who makes them? Europeans? Okay, that's not cool.
Yeah, right?
How many do I need? Like 8,000?
You need 11.
You can do it. Go ahead. Roll again.
Nicorette can help.
Oh,
You got killed.
blowed up in the head.
I only need 8.
Chad,
Yes.
you're on the verge, buddy.
I might win something.
It's a very special day.
It could
Pride.
happen.
For once.
Self-respect.
Actually, this is a good transition into the hypothetical for this week, so I'm going to skip to that
Already?
right now. Yeah.
Wow, all right.
Hypothetical for this week. If, magically, tomorrow, don't explain how, all animals had the same IQ as us, which animal would be on top of the food chain and why? Because one of them would take over.
Well, here's what we have going for us still is that we have thumbs. That's going to be helpful.
So Planet of the Apes.
Because, lions and tigers won't be able to hold
And bears
shit,
are mine.
They'll be all like trying to hold shit and it'll fall off, so...
They can't use tools as capably as we can. That's true.
Right. Unless the really powerful animals, like, made the monkeys subservient to them. Which is possible, because monkeys are tiny, but there's a shit ton of them, though.
I think we
And
would
They
can
can
hold
get up
stuff.
higher.
I think
Yeah,
we
it's
would
true.
become subservient to everybody immediately, but
I think dolphins would get in cahoots with another animal.
Dolphins and killer whales.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Dolphins and somebody would.
Sharks.
I would just stand on the shore going,
Seals.
na 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 na. So it's like, come get me, whale. Come on, bring it.
and then they have whale terrorist attacks where they beach themselves to kill people.
Or the dolphins get telekinesis.
Oh, well, there you go. And then they blow my brain up.
It
Yeah.
would destroy You know what I think
Suddenly
would
it's
immediately
scanners
would
with-
start ruling would be squirrels. If squirrels have the
Oh,
same
man.
IQ, they
Oh.
can get into anything. Chewing, clawing,
If-
they
so
can go high
If rodents
and
in
low.
general
Yeah, I would
band together,
I would
fucked.
extend that to rodents in general, probably.
Or
Because rats,
rats.
scary.
Arachnids.
And they just start killing you,
Bugs?
eating you.
Let's not do bugs.
No, God, let's not do bugs.
Arachnids.
Spiders?
No,
Spiders?
no. She's taking that back right now.
Go to Australia, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
Just everybody
And
dies
just
to
set
brown
up
look
land
loose attacks.
mines, mines in the water, all over the...
If spiders became that intelligent, Australia would die tomorrow. Australia wouldn't put up a fight.
Where are there not a lot of spiders?
Antarctica.
Maybe.
Yeah, but imagine if a frozen tundra did have spiders, that'd be some fucked up spiders, right?
Yeah, they'd be
they'd be furry and huge.
They'd
Now
be,
we're-
they'd
now
be
we're
fire.
massive.
Now we're getting into my D&D territory. Fire spiders.
Oh, fire
It
spiders.
Oh
happened.
man,
Oh yeah.
I always go to spiders.
I was helping my friends
That's funny because we don't always go to
move
spiders.
into their new place last night, and
Because they had to run away from spiders.
they had to run away from spiders.
Like literally their last place
Their-
was overrun.
Their last place was the place I was overrun with. This is a local thing, but it was an apartment that was overrun with brown recluse spiders.
Oh, yeah.
And they found out by the news.
By the news, their apartment didn't even tell them.
Oh.
Awesome business stuff happening.
Did they get bitten or see brown
They
recluses
saw
in
them,
it?
but they get
Yeah.
bitten. But she was really nervous because she has chinchillas.
Oh, yeah, I bet.
Scary stuff.
Crazy.
But they're moving into their new place, and she's like, okay, renter's insurance doesn't cover spiders, but it covers fire. What the hell's with that? And I go, let's just light the spiders on fire.
Burn that shit to the ground.
The spiders on fire.
Fire spiders.
They probably don't cover bed bugs either.
Good point.
Or bugs in general.
Because we had to get rid of lots of stuff.
Bed bugs, fleas, spiders. What's next?
Bugs, man. They're gonna...
Bears, oh my. I'm gonna do that joke like 3 more times.
And eventually it might be funny.
No.
And then he would have to be fine.
Yeah, I see the point.
Alright,
Alright.
oh, we haven't gone through the hypothetical yet.
Yeah, what is it? What's the actual hypothetical? Which would...
The hypothetical is, what do you think would be on top of the food chain
Yeah,
if
on
everything
top
had
of
the
the
same
food
IQ?
Right. Well, I said rodents. P.S.
Rodent, I actually entirely agree with that. That wasn't my original
Yeah.
answer, but I entirely agree
It
with
is.
that.
That's a great
I've given
answer.
it a great deal of thought.
Great answer.
Because just rodents can get in anything. And you're not hiding from that.
There are enough people that already sort of...
I like how we just assume they're going to kill us all. Like, oh, yeah.
There's already enough people who treat their cats like royalty that'll just probably just continue,
I know,
except the
because
cats will
cats
actually
will be on top
deserve
of
it
it
now.
now.
You know? It's like, human, come pet me. I'm done.
They'll take 3.
Don't touch me again.
Did you score?
My cat.
Here's what I don't
adorable.
understand. Your cat is adorable. Though, is even if they have the same IQ, they can't talk. You know what I mean?
They can talk to each other.
But will they immediately learn human language?
Well, like,
I see where you're going.
well, certain animals have can figure out words, like dogs.
Like what words
Parrots,
mean. But they'll never be able to
yeah.
form words, so it's not like they will have like a conversation.
We can't.
If they can learn how to fold a pencil, they might be able to write
Primates.
stuff down.
Primates.
So, in
Well,
essence,
I'm gonna
I
go
guess
with
it
5.
would be like a brand new
fuck?
culture that we can't communicate with, not really.
Yes,
So the
it's
UN
true.
peace talks would be difficult.
Would you be about like leaving, you know what I mean, small gifts
It would just be
for
a
the
new foreign
tribes?
language.
There'd be a lot of people going into foreign
But
languages at
without
the
anything,
universities.
you can't speak it. Could you sign it?
You could. Get the frequency
Robot
down.
translators that could
Yeah.
mimic the noises.
Yeah.
You just carry one on your back, like the babblefish, but
Like-
in reverse.
Can you say that
Like
again
the-
to my iPad?
Like the collar on the dolphin from Sequest.
Yeah. That's great.
Sequest reference!
They would just put us
Sequest.
all in one of those.
I actually like that show.
I watched it. I totally did.
No, I do think it'll be rodents, but it'll be two, because it'll be rodents and then fish.
Yeah, that makes total sense to me. What about the air, though? I mean, obviously, then will birds take over that? So that all of those different...
So it'd be 3 rival countries
Yes, right.
all over the world.
Us caught in the middle.
Yeah, and we just don't stand any chance whatsoever.
I wonder if they'd let us leave
I
if
think-
we promised not to do any more damage. You know what I mean? Like, get on your spaceship, go on.
They let us live in Canada.
What would happen is they would do what we do to deer. We need to thin your herd. You breed a little too much.
They'd be like,
There
it's
you go.
fine to have you guys just running around in the suburbs. It's cute, and we kind of like it because it's quaint. But not too much. Like,
However, we will give out tags for 3 kills a year.
and if you find yourselves hungry, well, that's your problem. Okay,
Oh,
don't be
man.
coming into our area trying to find food.
That would make, oh my god, anybody who's a carnivore in the world would immediately be a murderer in any society.
That's true.
Like, all lions and shit like that are just assholes, and they're like a guy who's moved into the neighborhood, and you're like, that dude's not right.
You're dead.
There's something wrong with that dude.
Something wrong.
But you'd be able
I
to
can see
tell.
that though. You're out in the suburbs, and it's like, you know, the squirrels are living next to the raccoons, and they're both looking out their windows, going, "Oh look, humans, they're in the trash again. Go bang on a drum or something.
They
Give
already have humans
me a
So-
positive. Ding, ding, go away, humans."
The awesome bit would be though
Go
if
away, human.
rodents were in charge. It would mean like the redwood forest would be the biggest city on the planet. The population would be more than Tokyo, like times 10. Those are the high rises, just these incredible. And we're walking around looking in like 13th floor windows. What's up?
If they were as smart as humans, why do we instantly want to give them human characteristics? Like, why would they?
Yeah, why would they be an asshole? I think that is a trait of intelligence,
Well,
though.
that's, part
Being
of
an
that
ass.
comes
You're
with
probably true.
self-awareness. I mean, that is
Yeah,
the
totally
other
true,
key,
yeah.
is they'd have to be able to look at themselves and go, I am squirrel. What does that mean? What do I do? How do I interact with things not squirrel?
Well, things.
True.
Animals that don't have our intelligence but do have higher intelligence, dolphins, primates, and stuff like that, they do have personalities. Dogs, they do have personalities, and they can be assholes.
Yeah, they play with shit. They will play with
Pigs.
stuff.
Yeah,
It's totally true.
and so there's no. I mean, it would be just like humans. There would be assholes, and there would be good people, and there.
There's always somebody whose parents didn't raise them right. That's so true.
My mom ate 3 of my brothers and sisters. Sons of bitches.
Totally different, though. We would not be able to parallel it to our culture at all. We
No.
would not be able to understand.
Our culture would just become part of their culture.
We would have to struggle to understand them, but we wouldn't be able to compare them. That would be crazy. So when people be like, "Oh, you've gone native," for like a specific animal culture.
You think that people would harass the first raccoon rapper?
Why do
He'd
you
have to
suppose a
prove
raccoon is going to be a
I mean,
rapper?
you would.
I think there'd be a possum rapper.
Oh,
Oh, possum.
possums. Whoa.
Oh,
I think
definitely.
it'd be a bunch of possums out getting plastic surgery trying to look pretty. You know, it's
Giant
they're
fake
looking
tits.
They're looking at all the magazines, you know, weird body images start to. Oh.
But the biggest thing is getting fur put on their tails. Like they're getting tail implants.
Humans start getting 6 nipples and
That way they can breed even more.
I want to be like a part of my possum brethren, yo.
It's like that star. What's the Dr. Seuss with the star-bellied thingies?
the sneeches.
Star-bellied sneeches. There we go.
I know me some Dr.
Can't we all just get along?
No. We can't.
Not with.
It is impossible.
Wow.
Oh, next topic. I sent out the Maleficent trailer to you guys. Did you happen to see it?
I
Yes,
saw
I
it.
did see it.
It looks okay. The Maleficent trailer, I'll let you know, Maleficent, it's a live-action version of Sleeping Beauty. They're doing a live-action movie, Sleeping Beauty, and starring Angelina Jolie as Maleficent.
But told from the point of view of the evil.
Of
the
Maleficent,
evil,
yeah.
I didn't even know who that was when you told me. I'm like, who?
You know what? I had to look it up too because I was like, I don't. And then I realized, oh, she's the evil stepmother, not stepmother.
Well,
God.
you even say
The
like,
evil godmother.
The evil fairy godmother.
I
Yeah.
would say Sleeping Beauty is probably lesser known just because of the age of that
well,
Disney
he didn't
story.
say Sleeping Beauty. He's just like, it's the Maleficent movie. I'm like,
I forget that people don't know Disney as well as I do.
Yeah, I guess that's true. You're right. Snow White looms larger for me than.
So yeah, Snow White, Beauty and the Beast,
Yeah.
Aladdin.
I suppose
Well,
that's true. Cinderella is the
Cinderella,
the
yeah.
older ones. That's what I think of.
Was Disney involved in Snow White and the Huntsman? They were not.
no, they weren't. I think it's.
Because I saw the trailer and that's immediately what I thought of. Was like, okay, somebody's doing what they did with Snow White
Right.
with.
Chad's
Chad's.
Is it my turn?
Yeah.
They're doing that with Sleeping Beauty.
You know, it's very similar to in maybe it was the late '90s, the early 2000s. We started looking at old stories from the perspective of the villains. So that's where you got like the Wicked Witch of the West. What's they turned her into a Broadway show?
Wicked.
Wicked, right? So
That's a
Wicked
good
is
show,
the it's the Dorothy and the Wizard of Oz story, but
Shut
told
up, I
from
can like
the
musicals.
from the Wicked Witch of the West point of view. They've done that a bunch. I mean, in a lot of different ways. So now here's just another version of
I
that.
would say Mirror Mirror was the same way.
I don't think it's
Right,
as...
Yeah.
Just because 2 of you didn't know who Maleficent was, I don't know if this is as good a move as they probably assume it is.
I don't know how they.
It's bold to name the movie, the title of the movie. That
Agreed.
I think that's bold because yeah, most people. I mean, I think people are well. I mean, they understand the Sleeping Beauty story. I mean, they get that,
Yeah.
Sure.
but they don't know that. I mean, yeah, like you said, it was just the evil godmother.
Fairy godmother. No one knew
I do
her
think-
name except for
I do
Mike.
think it was interesting how long Angelina Jolie's name and how big it was in the
Big it
trailer.
That's
how
the-
big
that's
they
the
hung
end.
that.
That's the completely end. Is that you don't have to know who Maleficent is. All you have to know. Oh, Angelina Jolie. Oh yeah.
They did a
that.
crazy makeup on her too. Her cheekbones are like out to here.
I love those horns.
You don't know if she just got some plastic surgery.
Yeah,
you know?
I guess we know. Have you guys seen the
right.
new Little Kim? Have you seen Little Kim recently? Do you know who that is?
No, I know
Rapper.
who she is, but I haven't seen her.
She
recently.
got a complete face redone thing, and she looks like Filipino now.
No, the VMAs a long time ago. She's the one that had like the star in her boot.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
I remember.
Her skin is lighter, and she's got crazy cheekbones, and her lips are all like.
So she has Michael Jackson syndrome?
Yeah, effectively.
I don't like being me. I want to be someone else.
I saw a picture of her, I'm like, who the fuck is that? And like, that's Little Kim. No! Really?
Little Kim, a drag Little Kim.
Who's it? She
Yeah, well,
she
yeah.
had a nose job and totally destroyed her career.
Jennifer Grey.
Jennifer Grey. Boom. There you go.
Yeah, she was.
She was climbing up
Dirty
there,
Dancing.
Dirty Dancing.
She was huge. Got a nose job after that. No career.
Who told her to do that?
Oh
You
my
know he was
God.
like an agent or something. If you have a thing, Owen Wilson will never fix his nose.
He
Ever
can't.
fix his
No,
nose.
he can't.
That's what you.
Same
It's
with
like,
Luke
dude, this
Wilson.
is my thing. This is my thing.
People look at me and that's what
Except
they
Luke
know.
Wilson's a little easier on the eyes.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Wow!
that's true.
Wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
I don't know if it was. I think she's always had an issue with Jennifer Grey. I'm back to that.
Okay, go.
I think she always had an issue with her nose.
With her Roman nose.
Yep, and she's always wanted to do something, and then by the time she
I still thought she
felt
was-
powerful enough to do it, everybody was just like, okay, Jennifer, you do what you want to because you're super powerful now because you were in Dirty Dancing.
She was hot with the nose. I thought she was hot with the nose.
She was hot with the nose.
Now she's just
different.
Ferris Bueller says she just likes anything
I
else.
think I'm gonna go out at 14.
Are you seriously at 14?
How many do I have?
You have 0.
I wanted her to answer that. Let the woman speak for herself. Hey, how many do I have?
0.
Damn! Look at that!
Goose
You
egg.
gotta be mean to her.
I'm not mean.
Yeah, fuck that!
She doesn't have to be mean to me.
There's no way I can
Is
win.
this your on-camera personality now?
There's no way anybody
Well,
can
whenever I call
actually win.
myself
How
a
many
bitch, you
dice
say
do
I'm
you
not a
have?
bitch, so I'm just going by what you're saying.
No, what do we think of the live-action remake of old-ass Disney stuff? Because I'm assuming this is going to become a new thing.
Let me just explain one thing to you. Disney does not own those fairy tales, okay?
True.
So let's just back off of calling them that.
Yeah,
But I
that's
understand that you're taking that character and saying, you know what I mean? That
Yes.
Maleficent, I'm sure they
the biggest known version of telling that story is Disney. That's why I'm going on that.
I guess that's true, which kind of makes me angry. Does anyone read Jesus Christ?
No.
Grimm's fairy tales?
I've
That
read
was rhetorical. God, no, I'm just kidding.
I've read Grimm's fairy tales, and they are not the same thing.
No, they're not. Disney had to make them pleasant.
Not horrible.
Mike, did you break the god cam again?
Yeah.
God damn it.
How'd you break the god cam?
Brag it! Brag it! Yeah, I'm like a
That's why we
cat.
can't have nice
like
things.
a cat.
Smack, smack. Smack, 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 smack.
And then you yell at Sage for doing that. Now you can't.
Is there any you would want to see?
I'd like them to try.
A remake?
Yeah.
I'd like them to try the mermaid because that'd be pretty funny.
I mean, that would be different.
Yeah. All underwater.
Does it have to be a Disney property?
No, just
Meaning
like
something that or going to be any sort of fairy tale?
I'm going to that because I'm going to that because it's an old school story.
I got fired.
You still have to go there.
Did anybody?
Oh, right, sorry.
Did anybody bother watching that Jack and the Beanstalk live action?
No.
No.
Yeah, me neither.
Nice try.
Yeah, you
What
lost.
did I do?
You tried
You got
to move
dead.
that brain up.
I'm supposed to go again, but then I got confused. So go ahead. I lost. It doesn't
I
matter.
don't think any of us can actually win at this point.
No, absolutely not. We're just doing it to blow time. All right.
I don't know. There was a time when I
That's made
thought.
it to you. How long has it been on your head?
Now I'm the giver person right here.
Mike's got a small head, and I can feel.
That's too big on my
Like
head.
I'm getting dumber right now because the blood is being choked off from my brain. So
He's like, no.
No, everybody's got to wear the hat now. It's Andrew's turn.
But it's gonna make my hair all.
It's gonna make your hair all.
Oh, look how cute you look. You look so cute.
you look so cute. Look at the camera.
Go in the camera.
Look at it go
In the camera. You put him. I think
Seven Swans, maybe, or the Swan,
Swan Princess.
maybe the Swan Princess. I would like to see that done interestingly. The Ice Queen, maybe.
I think Pinocchio would be cool.
That would be intriguing. You're right. Why hasn't anyone tried to?
Yeah, I think they have.
I think they had, but it was
Yeah.
made for TV a few years ago.
I guess-
I think
was-
they have done it. I just can't remember who was in it now. Well, didn't they do on Jonathan Taylor Thomas?
Wow, you're reaching. I don't know. Tiger Beat, did they?
Yeah. I don't know. I could have made that up. It's possible. I'm wearing a hat.
My brain's getting warmer and it's not functioning
What was
properly.
that Spielberg AI?
Yeah.
But that's only because it had heavy Pinocchio overtones.
Yeah.
I hated that movie.
That was
Oh
pretty
my god, I hated it so much.
The action sequences were good.
I'm not saying I hated it because it was bad or it was boring. I hated it because it hurt me, and I don't like that.
It hurt you? How did it hurt?
It hurt my feelings.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I don't.
I don't want to talk about it anymore.
Cry on it, go.
There you go, thanks.
I don't remember the specific fairy tale, but I like the idea of trolls under bridges.
Well, that's the Billy
You know,
Goat's Gruff, right?
there we go.
Yeah,
It's
Billy
that
Goat's-
trip trapping
There we
over
go.
my bridge.
Yes, that was my favorite Grimm in when I was growing up.
Yeah.
Andrea won round
Tell me
two.
about the belly goats.
Son of a bitch.
All the bad guys.
Andrew, one round two.
Andrea, go.
Go, Andrew, go!
This is my contribution to the podcast.
Go, Andrew, go! I'll get you, Andrea!
And your little dog, too!
I watched Skyfall for the first time last night.
Skyfall!
That movie was good. I liked it.
I really liked Skyfall.
I enjoyed the return to his deep origins.
Yeah, I like
Yeah, at the end.
That was good.
Go back to that.
Spoilers.
Hey, it came out 2 years ago. It's your problem.
I was gonna say, I think we had that or you guys had that discussion.
Oh, she knows all about my hatred of spoiler alerts.
We return to
and
it
stuff.
again and again.
Well, I just remember watching that particular podcast.
No, and I think I'm gonna start watching Arrow tonight. I have heard great things about that show.
Brandon
I was
Wheeler
there.
loves Arrow. He talks it up all
He
the
is
time.
not a good representative of what good television shows are.
I think that might be kind of a harsh judgment.
Just because you like all of the same show.
That's true.
Good
I do
show
like
that
all
it's
the
his
same
fault.
shows.
My Boys.
My Boys. Oh, My Boys. I wish that didn't stop. It was on TBS, right?
I don't know who
I think it was on TBS. But it had Jim Gaffigan, and it was on for 4 seasons, but he left the last season, and the show just tanked because he left. But it was like funny. It was about a woman, and she was a sports writer
I didn't know what you're
in
talking about.
Chicago, and she had 4 male friends.
Yeah.
They were just her best friends, and it was no big deal. And it was very woman strong, but it was really fucking funny. Is what it was.
The
My Boys, and it's on Netflix. Fucking check it out if you can. It's really funny.
Didn't remember.
Really?
I didn't know it lasted for 4 seasons.
Yeah, it lasted for 4 seasons.
I
I
like
thought it
the
was
Mike
2
character. I
max.
hated the Mike.
I loved Mike. Mike
Wow.
is awesome.
It's so
Basically, he loves
weird
himself.
when that happens. When there are television shows that don't ever bubble up to a higher level necessarily. Because I'll find stuff on Netflix, I'll be like, when the fuck was this on TV? And it's sometime in the 2000s. Like, John is watching a series right now called Life that stars Damian Lewis. The guy
I watched
who's
the
in
first
Homeland,
season, yeah.
Homeland no, I was going to say Homeland Express. It's not that.
It's just Homeland. Isn't
Is it? Whatever. Yes, Homeland.
Homeland.
And it's terrible. But it was on for 2 seasons right before the writer's strike. And I'm like, when? Where? What did you cheat on?
Bunk. That was a good show. That got canceled after 1 season.
Yeah.
It was a fake game show they did on IFC.
Ooh, I remember hearing about that.
And they just put comedians as on the panel of the contestants, quote unquote, and they would spin this wheel, pretend, and then like the host would go, round and round you go. We already determined where you go.
And then every episode their timer broke, so they have their
Yeah, he'd be like, you have 15 seconds to complete this task. Unfortunately, our timer is still broken. So our intern, what was his name?
Oh, Patrick.
Our intern Patrick. It's until our intern Patrick finds finds a box of Band-Aids at the bottom of this bucket of razor blades.
Oh my god, that's like ultimate.
It's really fun, and it's got like Tom Lennon and Kumail Nanjiani and
What was
Michael Che and just some really fucking funny comics on it.
Like the one what was the one that he did with pot? He had to do something like high. I forgot.
Oh, he had to smoke a whole blunt or something like
Oh,
that.
he had to light a blunt with a fan in his
With a
face.
fan blowing directly at him.
But it was canceled.
It was canceled after the first season, but the first season is only like 7 or
It was
10
10.
episodes long.
Yeah.
And it's really, really funny. And on IFC, I'm like, what kind of ratings do you need on IFC
No
to
kidding.
get it to stick?
Come on.
Well, that, in those cases, a lot it's just like those guys get bored. The people who do the show, it's like, oh, let's
Maybe.
move on. You know.
There's a new version that's sort of like that that's hosted by Chris Hardwick called At Midnight on Comedy Central right now. And if you're not watching it, you should be. It's on at 11 Central because we're in Central Time Zone. But it's At Midnight, and that's actually because it's their Twitter, At Midnight. But the show is called At Midnight. And it's just comedians on the panel, and they'll do funny stuff like, is this Yelp review about a Chuck E. Cheese or a jail? And they'll give a Yelp review. And they'll have to decide whether it's about a Chuck E. Cheese or a jail.
Bad food, they wouldn't know.
No, it's like this. like one was this is a hellish place of no escape and no hope, and it said that's Chuck E. Cheese, and it was.
Well, people hate children.
And like there was some jail one, and he's like, I would like to point out that there's 2 stars on this jail.
That seems astonishing to me.
It's really fucking funny. Like the whole show is really good, and it's an outlet for comedians and good improv people to be really funny. And they're starting to put YouTube people on it too. I know Grace Helbig, who from Daily Grace, was recently on the show. So they're giving younger, less mainstream comics a chance too. Which is really cool. Yeah.
True.
I don't know how we got here.
No idea.
Oh, we're talking about good TV shows on Netflix and stuff.
There we go.
Jeez.
Is there any like funny stuff you found on Netflix? Like was some remarkably good you've never heard of?
Not remarkably good.
Like, well, good at least.
No.
I find weird foreign films all the time on there that I really like.
Somebody was telling me about this movie called Holy Motors. You seen it?
I think I've heard of
It's
it.
French. I've heard
He
it's
like that painter movie.
quite the
Yeah,
truth.
The Painter. I like that one.
What's the painter about?
The Painting, I think is what it's about. It's a French film about characters in a painter's painting. He didn't finish the painting, and in the painting is this whole world, right? They exist, and because he didn't finish it, they developed their own class-based system. There's the Aldoons who are all done, and then there's the halfies that are only half done, and then there's the sketchies that are just the sketches part. And it's this class-based system, and the Aldoons are trying to kill everyone else. They become this tyrannical. So an Aldoon who's in love with a halfie, that halfie's best friend, and a sketchy leave the painting to go and try to find the painter.
I read about that.
And it's a remarkably good film, and it's got like live action shots with these paintings walking through, and it's really good. And it changes art styles constantly because they go into different paintings and stuff like that.
Looking for their artists.
I'm a sucker for high concept art indie films. Like I'm an absolute sucker for high concept art indie films.
Like stick figures.
Well,
Like if it includes art as in painting or something, sculpture, something like that, or just high concept that is dealt with in an artistic way.
Yeah. High concept, especially if it's visually striking in some way.
I got you.
Like the Boonraku is one of my favorite movies of all time,
Yes.
and it just came out a few years ago. Josh Hartnett plays a boxer that doesn't own a gun, and there's a Japanese actor named Genki, I think that's his name, who's a samurai that doesn't own a sword, and they have to take on the woodcutter for the battle of this city. And all of the Woody Harrelson plays the bartender, and his big thing is he makes pop-up books. Like, that's like his hobby. He makes pop-up books. So all the sets, and they are very vast, crazy sets. Like, it's an indie film, you can tell, but they had a huge budget, because they had huge sets at some points. Man. But all the sets are made to look like paper pop-up books. Like, and it's like, fuck, I'm a sucker for that shit. Because it's an action movie. It's fundamentally an action movie, and the fight sequences are insanely good.
Like Kung Fu Hustle.
Boonraku.
Did I watch that with you?
Like that?
Not like that. That's more cartoony and like wire fighting type stuff. This is like straight fighting. Like Josh Hartnett, you can tell he spent about 2 years in the boxing ring to get ready for this role. Like he does perfect blocks and I'm a former boxer, so just judging his critique, I'm like, wow, you're actually a pretty good boxer, dude. You spent some time on this.
Did I watch that with you?
You fell asleep during this with me.
Obviously, then you enjoyed it quite a bit.
She fell asleep during Christmas vacation. She's not a...
It was 3 in the morning.
I think that's a fair piece of information.
I did fall asleep into all movies, but that was at 3 in the morning. That one.
The rest of us didn't. That's all I'm saying.
Well,
I think this is not the first time that I've brought up Boonraku, and that makes me think that it's a movie we should watch as a group sometime.
Yeah, it wouldn't be.
I would love to do sort of something like this where we all sit and we do like MST3K
Yes, I
style
was thinking
thing.
that same thing.
But
Like we do with
getting
the-
licensing on that, impossible.
It would just be for our own personal excitement. I used to have,
No
we used to
one's
do
I
parties
don't
like
think
that
so.
at the
Yeah.
house,
Yeah.
where we would show movies and we would have prizes for the best.
We
like,
do
smart-ass comment.
B movie nights occasionally.
Oh yeah, the last one we watched was what? Surf Nazis?
Surf Nazis must
man.
die.
Classy flick, that is. Classy.
It was very classy.
The heroine
Was a sassy
is
black woman.
sassy older black woman.
Just sassy black woman.
That's what we called her because we couldn't figure out her name because I think they said it once. But she wasn't in like 3/4 of the fucking movie.
To save the day.
Yeah, but she was like in little vignettes that would pop in and we weren't sure if they were attached to the movie in any way. And then she was at the end and she killed everybody.
Shot something else, and then they were like, "Oh shit, what we shot's too short. Quick, get that other movie. Let's cut it together, and then quick."
That was my joke I kept telling. I'm like, are we on movie B, C, or D right now?
Because they would just move to surfing for no reason.
Yeah, and white dudes surfing.
Classic.
They had like a 5-minute surf scene. I'm like, are we supposed to care about the Nazis?
I don't care about the sassy black woman. She hasn't been in for 20 minutes.
I'm about to shut this off right now. I watched Mega Croc versus Sharkosaurus, or
Nice.
Mega
Croc-
Shark versus Giant Octopus.
I think it
Sharktopus.
was
Sharktopus.
Sharktopus.
Crocosaurus
Sharknado?
versus Mega Shark, which was on Netflix.
There's a million of those.
Because Sharknado had been taken off and probably moved to Amazon.
No, that was on before. Sharknado's the newest one in that whole series, actually.
I was saying Sharknado's not on Netflix.
It is. I just checked the other day. It's brand new. I think it's brand new. I think
Okay,
Sharknado's
good.
just.
Because I was trying to watch it like maybe 2 weeks ago and was like, it's not here.
No, I think it's brand new.
Well, then I'll have to
Well,
watch
it's
it.
because Skyfall just got added, I guess.
Yeah,
I'm
Skyfall.
here to say that
I don't really understand the
Crocosaurus
Netflix.
versus Mega Shark was horrible. I watched it to the end.
Whoa.
That's why people love them.
I
No
couldn't
fast
watch
forwarding.
it.
It's this ironic.
No, but I was on the phone while I was watching
Oh,
it, so
okay.
it's kind
There
of.
You're on the phone for a while.
Yeah.
Man, you're popular.
I was talking to my sister. That's how it goes.
Dang.
Sister, what's up?
Sister, undisclosed name. Hi.
Undisclosed sister name.
All right, let's see if I can remember any more. Oh, Key and Peele. Does anybody watch Key
Five,
and
I'm
Peele?
thinking of five.
Does
Oh
anyone
my
watch?
god, I read an
Got one,
amazing
no.
article about those guys recently. Just
Okay, you go.
How much they take essentially black stereotypes, black male stereotypes, and just take them down, spiral. Look at them in, essentially mirrors on mirrors and mirrors and bouncing them back. And I mean, what they're doing is fascinating. It's not just like.
It's so high concept
Yes.
comedy. This is gonna be Kids in the Hall in 15 years.
Yes.
That's what they're doing right now.
Whoa.
Like, this is the next cult thing. People are gonna look back 20 years from now. Key and Peele.
What is that?
Two black guys.
Keegan Michael Key.
Oh, you showed me one of these. Is it when they were in the car and they were...
and Keegan Michael Key and Jordan Peele. Yeah, they were in the car and it was... Fuck, this one killed me.
Yeah,
Should
Should I preface this really quick? I'll be like on my computer, he'll have his headphones in, and then he'll be laughing hysterically for 20 minutes.
It's
and I'm
just like patented mic laugh that's so loud. You can't pay attention to anything
and
else.
so
that's
here I
going
am
on.
trying to do that I'm doing it. Okay, so that happens at least once a night. Go ahead.
Yeah, it happens quite often, actually.
I need to watch this.
Because I look, you need to watch Key and Peele. Everybody needs to be watching
Go
Key
to
and
that
Peele.
vignette we were talking about.
They just got, Universal Pictures just greenlit them to write a movie with Judd Apatow, as a vehicle for them.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What?
They've gotten so big, and they've also just got greenlit for their 4th season of Key and Peele, which, thank God, I hope this goes forever. This show will stop when they want it to stop, not
Like
when...
The Simpsons?
Yeah, this show will... They're too goddamn...
When Matt
This
Brady
newest season is their funniest season yet, I would say, which is something to fucking say about the show. When you haven't blown through all your shit after the first 2 seasons and you're just making shit up. But they got greenlit for undisclosed movie starring them, produced by Judd Apatow.
To be written, making it amazing.
To be written by the 3 of them.
Tell us about this particular sketch.
Oh, the sketch. Okay. The other night, well, there's 2 sketches I was really dying
Just
over.
tell us about one.
The one in the car.
The one in the car.
8 minutes.
Go.
Go.
8 minutes.
You're stopping me.
Yeah, I'm gonna shut shit off when it.
I'm sorry, there's one story that you're going to want to Yeah, you don't want to talk about
Okay,
Hurry up.
no, but it's. I'm just gonna fuss. Stop fucking stop doing this. It's Jordan Peele. Keegan-Michael Key is driving, and he goes, "Hey, put on some music or something like that." And he goes, "Okay, I got tons of music. You're gonna love my music. I'm just gonna put it on random." And the random that comes up is his video diary. And it's like it's crazy shit. It's like I can't remember what the first one is, but one of them is I've begun the process of understanding what it means to be penetrated as a woman. I had to stop because the matchstick wouldn't fit.
Oh man!
And he turns to Keith. He's like, "It was too square." I don't want to know. My dick was too square. What?
Okay. That's some funny shit.
It's so fucking funny. One of the other ones they did the other night was called Continental Breakfast, and it was Jordan Peele coming up dressed in like 1930s, 20s old style, like got the pencil mustache and he's the old suit. He's like, "Oh," and the guy checks in. He's like, "I'm checking in," and he goes, "There's a continental breakfast for free." Oh. For free, say. And he goes in and he like just gets he gets like Cheerios and he's like, mini donuts from the Orient. And he's going through and he shows him eating and you could tell this is all improv because he's just going, oh, the pastry della, I feel like Morocco. And he's just like showing it. And he goes up to the guy. He goes up to the front desk again later and he goes, "Sir," and it's not really. It's been him doing reaction shots, and that's funny, right? But it hasn't been that crazy yet. He goes up to the front desk guy again, and he goes, "I would like to set up for another night." And he goes, "But sir, you've always been here." And it zooms in on a picture of him from when the hotel opened.
That's incredible.
I'm like, oh!
That was a crazy Canadian Nazi guy coming. Wow.
And the jokes they do, they did one with Freddie Wong, who is a big YouTube guy, and for Freddie's channel, and it was hilarious. They did this whole betrayal cop thing where like, "Oh, I'm on his side," and he like flips it, and then by the end, Keegan-Michael Key is a banana, Jordan Peele is a blueberry pie, and Freddie Wong's just dead.
Shouldn't Jordan Peele be the banana?
Okay, that was a great commercial for that particular show.
Okay,
Thank you for that.
If you're not
Welcome
watching
to watch
that
it.
show, you need to be at least looking up clips. They're the current funniest fucking people on the planet.
Okay. Go to the last story because it's kind of
Last story, let's wrap it up.
One more story.
Okay.
What's that guy's name? Michael Dorn.
I don't know. Yeah, Worf.
Michael Dorn.
Oh, yeah, I saw that.
Yep.
Michael Dorn has come out as saying he's working on another Star Trek show
Yep.
in which Worf, the character he played in Deep Space Nine and Next Generation, I personally prefer Next Generation. If you don't, you're an idiot.
I love watching that show.
In which there is a Captain Worf, which would be the first captain that is not human in the Star Trek universe. I think that would be a good show. I don't know about anybody else. I think that would be a good fucking Star Trek show.
We were having this conversation and we said only if Wesley Crusher is his number one.
Will Wheaton.
Wow.
Will Wheaton.
Or Whoopi Goldberg. One of the two.
Yes!
To bring it all together.
Kind of.
Whoopi's too old and crazy now.
She'd be perfect then. Perfect.
I don't know. I mean, that's all cool and everything. From there, I jumped though to the YouTube of 14 minutes of Worf getting shut down. Captain, I think we should go to yellow alert. Wow.
Fuck you, Worf.
Captain, we should set our phasers to attack.
You're an idiot, Worf.
Anyway, so I just almost went to a crazy place with
Him
that.
and Data should get into like
Don't you know by now I'm not paying attention to you at all?
Him and Data should get into a straight face contest.
It's literally just over and over and over and over and over again. 14 minutes of that. 14 minutes.
Look it up. YouTube.
Somebody took the time to do that.
Yes.
Is crazy enough.
Yes.
that article was interesting because they started talking about, how that would work in a post-Abram, sort of
Universe.
Star Trek world.
Universe.
So that was kind of interesting. But ultimately it comes down to this. Yes, I watched Next Gen when it was on. I did. I watched it just like all the other weird geeks out there. I watch it now and I go, what the fuck was I thinking? Seriously, it's like watching Dukes of Hazzard now. It's like, wow, that was great when I was 9, but really?
Nope, looks like Picard's got himself in another bit of trouble.
And I will admit that at least 2 of those seasons I was smoking weed while I was watching it. So
that's the best
maybe that's what made it better. I don't know. Yeah. But I look at it now and I look at the character interactions and those and sort of those relationships and I'm like, what the fuck did I watch this show for?
For Q.
Yeah, there you go. For Q and the Borg. That's it.
That's it.
So I don't know. It's an interesting concept, and I guess the idea of Worf being a captain is interesting.
It's a good forward place to take it, right?
Yeah,
it hasn't been done, and it seems that universe is very forward.
I was more just interested in somebody talking about doing a Star Trek show again.
A television show.
Television
as opposed
show.
to a movie.
Right.
Because
but it would be
they have new popularity because of the movies. Why wouldn't somebody be pushing
That
it?
is true.
Was Enterprise?
Enterprise was the last one when I shut that down. But what universe do they have that show in? And I think that was the interesting part of that article for me. Do we continue with that sort of TV show universe where you had Voyager and all that other bullshit? Or do you just go, wait a minute, no, we're going to use Abrams' universe and start over again?
Essentially.
I would, if it would me, it'd be TV show universe. Just to go travel along that line, you have...
To stay true to that.
You have decades of content that you can pull from for history or anything.
There'd be a
like
nostalgic draw to that for sure, but on the other hand, I could certainly see producers and studios going, why wouldn't we attach this to the wagon that's already, shooting?
The problem with that though is the money they're putting into the movies. You can never replicate the grandiose spectacle that he's doing.
And you wouldn't. So that's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying you'd attach it to that same story universe. So that's what it would live in. So that when new consumers of Star Trek, should there be some, which I don't know, I guess maybe there are, came to that, they'd be like, okay, this is the world that I just saw in the movie, now I'm seeing it. You know what I mean? Essentially...
I mean, with something like that, you put it out there and then you let the nostalgia people come and then hope that new people show.
Maybe that's a fun...
Like, new people get dragged in because of...
Yeah. I don't know. Do you think that there are new Star Trek fans being born every day?
I don't know. It depends on the parents.
Megan is only 21 years old, and she's a giant Star Trek person. So I think that's a good example of a new...
Right.
Well, I'm just talking about your sister's age. Do you think anyone your sister's age is interested in Star Trek?
Yeah, I think nerds get turned on to other nerd shit all the time.
I guess maybe the question is more, are there a lot of people becoming Star Trek fans because of the Abrams movies, not because of the TV show?
Oh,
yeah, I think there's enough.
Yeah. They would go back, but if those people see those Star Trek movies and then go back to oh, there's more, all these TV shows, they're going to be disappointed.
You know what? I take that back. I don't think so. I think the new people who turn in for the movies this time are looking for a Chris Pine movie. Or they're looking for a Zachary Quinto movie.
Right.
They're not looking for a Star Trek. They're not necessarily looking for Star Trek. However, you will get that 10 to 15% of people who turn up for that and then go, oh shit, I just like this.
The world itself.
I just like the thing they're doing.
Well, I mean, you've got to face facts that now Star Trek movie-wise is Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto. Yeah. I mean, that's who it is for a lot of people.
But if they do, you also got to think about when they would do a show like this, what would the budget be and what network would possibly pick this up? Because then you're talking about size of audience that they could sustain themselves on.
Well, you're still kind of thinking that they would recreate the feel of the movie in the television
show.
No.
They couldn't. They could never do that.
Right. That's my point. They would never try to do that.
Like, there's a difference between ABC picking it up, trying to do it, and it would get dropped immediately, regardless. Or if like Sci-Fi picked it up.
What'd you say? I didn't hear you.
They should just do like I can't even say the word, where they just bring back Shatner and I'm saying the old people geriatric
Geriatric. That's what you're looking for.
Geriatric version. That
I'd watch more Picard. Let's be fair.
Well,
let's get Ian McKellen in there, dressed as Gandalf.
Why not?
I think it's interesting if you look at things that, as nerds, we hugely bought into. You've got the 70s and the 80s as a big part of that, right? Mm-hmm. And now it's like basically almost 2 generations away from that. Star Trek is essentially just for little kids now. It's not for the teenagers and the adults that fell in love with it in the 70s and the 80s. So what is happening to all these sort of godfathers of our nerd archives, in essence? The stories, you know what I mean? They're not like fairy tales that can be consistently recreated and reimagined for a new generation. They exist very specifically in their own right. So when you move further and further away, that's like the Rolling Stones getting older and older. Someday they're going to die and rock will be different. You know what I mean? Someday Star Wars and Star Trek, will they always be canon?
Yeah, ooh, yeah, shit.
Okay, now you
bring
can
up
talk.
some heavy stuff.
God damn it.
I have a good example to solve one of your questions that we can keep within Star Trek. There's no way in hell I could have watched original Star Trek. But you were saying younger audience. I am definitely a younger audience for original Star Trek. But I've watched all of original Star Trek because I got into newer Star Trek. I think there are always people like me getting to the age in which they would be interested.
They were smart enough with the new Abrams film to build in sort of that.
Old Star Trek's bad.
Well, they brought Spock in to break that timeline. I mean, they were okay. They knew we're gonna piss some people off.
Nimoy's awesome.
So let's get Nimoy. Yeah. We'll break that timeline off so it becomes like a new, whatever you call it, a new universe, because that's what happens when you fuck with time. It's just a tangent, whatever. Let's do that. Then people can't bitch.
I thought that was
because it's the perfect melding, and it bridges both of the universes that are essentially the same but different.
When I saw that in the theater and I saw that plot arc developing, I'm like, oh, it's fucking brilliant! They've gotten rid of all of the nerd complaints, all of them immediately.
I like the original Star Trek though. So
no, I do too. But the quality of it is not, because I got started on Next Gen, right? That's where I got started on, and the quality is much higher in production value and budget and stuff like that. And then you go back to original Star Trek, but I still love it because it's Star Trek. I don't care that it's cheaper. I don't care that this, like, they reuse costumes and you can see fucking zippers. I don't give a shit. It's still Star Trek.
Star Trek Light.
Don't say that. That's not true. It is the original.
You get punched.
I mean, it's like the unadulterated origin of all the story that you love now. I love original Star Trek.
Absolutely.
That is what I watch, and anytime I think about Star Trek, that's the place that I always come to it from. All that I haven't gone back to watch it. I should be clear with that. But it's very much like the memories that you have of a thing sometimes are more important than the thing itself.
Yeah. That's another Netflix thing they have. They have all the Star Trek.
Yeah. And the messed up part is when I think of Next Gen, I think of that stupid fucking episode where Data has a cat and he's leaving, so he has asked Worf to watch his cat.
I always love those episodes.
And that's where I go immediately. That was fucking stupid. I hate that shit.
I love filler episodes.
You must feed him and pet him. I will feed him. It's like, what the fuck is that about?
I love filler episodes.
Filler episodes suck.
When I was a kid, Dragon Ball Z was a big thing, right? Dragon Ball Z was the big thing.
So you're used to filler then, okay?
No, I didn't even, like, the average main story arc in that I didn't really turn in for, because that show could extend itself to no fucking... But the filler episodes in which, like, Piccolo gets a driver's license. Real fucking thing, by the way. I loved those.
You could call those character episodes.
Because they're just the characters you love, but they're just being people for a day. And you're like, you know what? Shit doesn't need to blow up all the time, right? Let's just go out.
Yeah, but it's like,
let's go buy groceries.
They're trying to give Worf a heart.
How boring though would it have been if like 24, the second season of 24 was like the next 24 hours after?
He sleeps a lot.
That first hour would just be him peeing because he hadn't peed for 24 hours. So he'd just be sitting there, oh god, oh.
The urethra was totally cramped up.
And then something would start again.
Oh
You know?
Owie.
Anyways, we gotta wrap up.
Okay, good. All right.
One more thing I wanted to say.
Okay.
I saw the first image from the new Star Wars Episode 7 today, and it was J.J. Abrams standing next to a new recreated R2-D2.
Oh.
And just seeing R2 again made me happy inside.
Okay.
So look it up. They released it as like an obvious like pandering to fans thing.
It's like, don't panic. Here's R2.
JJ, we need to just give them something. Could you just 5 minutes? 5 minutes.
Well, it's just him.
J.J. Abrams in like a little hat.
Did you see the Simon Pegg Nick Frost sketch in which they recreated the R2 and C-3PO desert scene?
Oh,
yes,
but that's fucking hilarious. But they give R2 a human voice. Fuck you!
I know that's what he was saying.
Oh man.
It made me happy. It's still R2. That's what they were saying with that picture. Hey guys, look, R2. It's still fucking Star Wars.
Alright, fine.
Alright, that was the Distracted Gaming Podcast! This week, Chad won, Andrew won, everybody play games, look up cool shit, put fish on your skin. Bye! It's still blinking, look, it's still
Alright,
blinking.
I gotta turn shit off.
I didn't break it this time. Stop pointing your fingers. Fingering is bad. Fingering is terrible.
That's not what my